Track sometime after midnight near Wyndmere, North Dakota.
We contacted the Richland County Sheriff's Office earlier this morning, but they had no information to release, so we don't have any details on possible injuries or any danger involved. We've also contacted Canadian Pacific Railroad out of Calgary, but we have not yet heard back from them either. Stay with us right here as we continue to try and learn new information. New this morning, one driver is seriously hurt. Another could be facing criminal charges after a crash of a semi and a pickup on a foggy North Dakota highway. Police say that semi driver was backing up on Highway 1804 near Tioga yesterday morning in an effort to turn around on the highway when the pickup hit the side of a semi.
The pickup driver is seriously hurt. His passenger has minor injuries. The semi driver was not injured, but the Highway Patrol is investigating possible charges against her.
And we're dealing with another foggy morning out there. And with a check of our forecast, meteorologist Lisa Green. Morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Yes, some places foggier than others. Again, it's a patchy, foggy morning to start, and that's including in Fargo. We've had a little bit lowered visibility. Not terrible. We can see downtown just fine on our sky cam here in South Fargo, but still just a little bit of haze in the air right now as we're kicking off our day. Temperature of 8 degrees, so it's still cold out there. We're looking at what it feels like to be outside is 4 below. Wind chill a factor for us here this morning with wind out of the north at 8 miles per hour. In Grand Forks, a quiet start for you too. We're looking at mostly cloudy skies, 6 degrees there. And it feels like 10 below zero right now with that northerly wind at 13 miles per hour. Again, that north wind continues today. It even gets a little stronger with some gusts into the low 20s, and that will keep our temperatures down and it will keep it feeling cold too. Now, we've been talking about the fog. This view right here, this is Highway 10, US 10, and it's in the Lake Park area. And you can see how, okay, we're closer to the camera, we can see just fine, but in the distance it gets really murky here. And this is one of those places that's really struggling with visibility. Heading farther east toward Detroit Lakes, you can see a visibility report of 0 right now at the airport there. We're at less than a mile in Fergus Falls and Elbow Lake. And out to the west, also some lowered visibility in Gwinner and Oaks, but not nearly as dense fog there. Moving a little farther north, Fosston's struggling a bit here at a 1/4 mile visibility, but a lot of us in the Northern Valley, again, have slightly stronger wind speeds. That's helping to keep that fog from forming. Also watching out for some flakes and flurries. You can see that here on the radar. Central parts of North Dakota seeing some scattered areas of snow. That's drifting eastward, so you may run into a little bit of very light snow to some flurry activity here today as this moves east and kind of fizzles out a little bit as it does so. So looking at our conditions out at the bus stop this morning, temperatures will be low. Again, the kids are going to want to dress like it's January because these are our January averages essentially. Into the afternoon, highs in the upper teens to some low 20s. We stay on this extra cold side through the first half of the week. Tuesday, again, we're watching out for snow that could accumulate. By Tuesday morning, we could see some areas getting an inch or so of snow in some spots. And then Thursday will be that storm system we're watching for the end of the week. And temperatures do start warming up as we head into April from where we start the week, but we're still running a good 10 to 15 degrees below average here in the forecast, maybe even 20 degrees below average by the time we get to our 11-day planner. So still cool, you know, we're turning the calendar, but the weather isn't changing just yet.
Yeah, I think Mother Nature's listening to a too much Cher, If I Could Turn Back Time.
I love that, yes.
Ashlyn's like, oh gosh.
Break out the dance routine.
Yeah, sorry, I know. Anyway.
Nobody wants to do that. We do not want to go back to January at this point in the season.
No, we have to dance to stay warm.
But yeah, here we
sure do.
love that.
Okay, Lisa, thank you. Speaking of trying to thaw out, there are about 7,000 storm drains in West Fargo, another 14,000 in other cities as well. Now, both city public works departments are working to remove the snow and the ice from them during this spring melt, if you want to call it that.
But the companies say residents can also help lend a hand as there are some they might not be able to get to. The Valley Today's Nishay Taylor is live with how you can help out at home. Good morning, Nishay.
Good morning to you both. Yeah, residents can help by just simply shoveling out their storm drains. Looks like someone have already tackled this one here in this neighborhood, but they also say chip away to any ice that may be piled on top of there because, you know, a good rule of thumb to remember is that there are at least a storm drain. There is at least a storm drain at every street corner. As you mentioned, there were 7,000 storm drains in West Fargo and another 14,000 in Fargo alone. So there's quite a few. So there's one in every street corner. But you know, if they continue to get packed with snow and ice, they can often become clogged.
When we start getting the warmer temperatures and the snow's finally melting, sometimes it can't reach the storm drain on the street just from the ice and the snow in the way.
Yeah, and if you happen to find a storm drain in your neighborhood that may be clogged, all you can do is just report it to your local public works department, and you know, they'll come and try and tackle that as soon as they can to kind of avoid those puddles that we may see coming up here in the spring melt, as Jordan mentioned, if that's what you want to call it, he said. But you know, yeah, if you have a clogged drain, just report it to your public works department. Reporting live in Fargo, Nisha Taylor, Valley News Live.
Okay, Nisha reporting live this morning. Thank you.
Longtime residents of the Red River Valley know this worry all too well. People in Stillwater, Minnesota now lining up to fill sandbags to fight what's projected to be a major flood in that city.
Volunteers are stepping up in a big way. Organizers were able to fill every shift this weekend. New this morning, at least 6 people were injured in a shooting in the Twin Cities last night. Brooklyn Center police were called to reports of gunshots fired in the parking lot of a complex that includes offices for the Girl Scouts. They found more than 50 shell casings from 3 different caliber weapons, however, no victims.
A short time later, they were notified that a victim suffering from a gunshot wound had arrived at a nearby hospital, followed by 5 additional victims, all of them teenagers. So far, no arrests have been made. 12 people are hurt after a floor collapsed at an off-campus apartment building near Indiana University of Pennsylvania. The collapse happened over the weekend. State police responded just before midnight on Saturday after a call for a disturbance with someone laying in the roadway. Officials say it's not clear how many people were in the apartment at the time of the collapse.
12 people were injured and treated at the scene. 7 of them were later taken to the hospital. Police say their conditions range from serious to minor. The cause of the collapse has not yet been released. The death toll at a Pennsylvania chocolate factory has now risen to 5 after firefighters found another body in the rubble yesterday morning. 2 others are still unaccounted for, more than 2 days after that blast at R.M. Palmer Company in the town of West Reading.
The cause of the explosion still under investigation, and city officials are announcing a disaster recovery fund to support the organizations helping families affected. Breaking news this morning, First Citizens Bank and Trust Company is buying Silicon Valley Bank's deposits and loans in total. The move comes just over 2 weeks after the biggest U.S. banking collapse since the Lehman Brothers.
And the U.S. Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or FDIC, says the deal includes the purchase of $72 billion in assets at a discount of $16.5 billion. Today is a big day for military families in North Dakota. Governor Doug Burgum is signing off this afternoon on a bill that exempts active duty, Guard, and Reserve members from paying state income taxes.
The bill is estimated to reduce service members' taxes by $4 million in the 2023 through 2025 biennium. The signing is at 3:30 and will be live streamed on the governor's Facebook page. The North Dakota House of Representatives voted last week to advance a bill that would prohibit public schools and state agencies from requiring the usage of pronouns that do not correspond with an individual's sex assigned at birth. This bill led to a big debate among state lawmakers, with some saying it's another bill that's telling certain people that they have or don't have value.
Another lawmaker said the bill protects all children and upholds parental rights and parental confidence that their child is safe at school. Now the bill passing has left local advocates to talk about what they think this will mean for the transgender community moving forward.
These are conversations worth happening, but making a law so broad and restrictive isn't a conversation, it's kind of a decree. And I think we do need more conversations to better understand why these policies exist, what these kids need, and to make sure that all of our kids are getting the support so they can just do better in their life in general.
The bill passed 60 to 32 in the House and also passed in the Senate.
Fargo's busy. 32nd Avenue South is getting a major makeover next year, and you can hear all of the details at a public information session tomorrow. Runs from 4:30 to 6:30 at the Carlson Library. That's 2801 32nd Avenue South.
Engineers and city officials will be available to provide information on the upcoming improvements from University Drive to 22nd Street. Work will begin on the project in 2024 and be completed in 2025. North Dakota's April Lund is bringing home a victory, and it's not just for the state, it's for the entire U.S. because she broke the women's track and field 3,000-meter American record for women aged 40 to 44 in Poland.
It happened at the 2023 World Masters. Congratulations to her.
Yeah.
9 minutes, 47 seconds, in fact. Thank you for joining us here on the Valley today.
Take care, everybody.